All right, everybody, welcome back. Today, I'm taking on a burger challenge in Bridgeport, Connecticut at Famous 50s Diner. This is a really fun challenge, you guys. I am so excited to just geek out and tell you more about it. So, this challenge, I'm required to eat 6 of their signature burgers, along with a drink and a large order of fries, and I have to down the whole thing in under 25 minutes. Why do I have to do it in under 25 minutes? I'll tell you why. This whole meal costs $100, and it's worth every penny. But if I finish it in under 25 minutes, not only do I get the entire meal for free, you will also get $100 in cash, along with a t shirt and bragging rights, of course. So, the specifics of this challenge, you've got 6 burgers and each one is very unique. And I'll take you through each one in the order that I ate them in. So the first one I'm digging into right now, it's called the Big Dollar Bill. It's a double bacon cheeseburger, and this thing was loaded with pickles. I loved it. The next one down the line, if you go to your left, that one's called the Dog Father. And as you can see from the front, there's a hot dog hanging out of the front. So it's another bacon burger, but it's also got chili and a hot dog on it. The next one in the corner, right next to where my drink was, that one's called the California. It's loaded with jalapenos, bacon, avocado, and it's also got this great chipotle sauce drizzled over it. Right behind the California in the back corner there, it's the Hangover Burger. That one includes a fried egg and chili. The one in the middle in the back, that one is called Danny Dorito. And that thing is loaded up with, as you would guess, Doritos, but it's also got a nice serving of nacho cheese. And then, final one back in the corner is the cheesy one. And it's a bacon cheeseburger, but instead of cheese, it's mac and cheese. Yeah, those are 6 very insane burgers that I'm going to attempt to eat all at once. And not only that, I've got a milkshake on the side. So that milkshake I've got there, it's chocolate peanut butter because I love peanut butter. And then my order of fries, I was actually lucky enough to get sweet potato fries. The owner was really cool because I saw the menu. They have waffle fries, curly fries, and I got nothing against regular white potato fries, but it's cool in a in a challenge when you can customize it your way. I like to take advantage of as much customization as I can because this challenge, I will say the 6 signature burgers, those are non-negotiable. Famous 50s Diner, they have about 15 signature burgers. I wanted to try them all. They had a breakfast burger, a pizza burger, a really cool turkey burger, um, a, a barbecue burger. They had another one with Fritos instead of Doritos. They're just really unique burgers. But for this challenge, these 6 non-negotiable. You're not changing these. So this is my very first hamburger challenge, and kind of funny. It's probably the first time I've had a legit hamburger in years, maybe probably almost a decade. Because like my in the past, I would normally go for maybe some sort of lettuce wrap, the that quote unquote healthier option. I would get a turkey burger, a lettuce wrap, something lower calorie, or I'd probably just go for a chicken sandwich instead. So this is kind of cool having a burger again. I learned a lot about just these competitive eating challenges. So for me, I realized how hard it was to cut through a lot of these burgers. How do I dismantle each of these? Because trying to eat it like a real burger was slowing me slowing me down. My mouth is only so big. I can only get so much of this burger in my mouth at once. And so after the first couple burgers when I tried to just eat it regularly, I decided I got to go for the dismantle, take it off the bun, tackle that meat. Cuz we I'm with my friend Sean here, Basket Locker Ball, one of my favorite YouTubers. He comes up with amazing content. He's got the just really creative food challenges. You got to check out his channel if you don't already. But I was doing this challenge with him, and the quality of his videos is so great. He wanted to really take the time to set up each shot and get some good thumbnails. So by the time we started eating the food, it was on the colder side, and that made eating the beef a little more difficult. And especially even cutting through, they were probably medium well done burgers. So slicing through all that beef and then chewing through it definitely got hard on the jaw and just even my slicing hands. So at this point, I realized I needed to just kind of tackle this meat best I could. And then each of the burgers too, they were also loaded up with lettuce and tomato, and that was surprisingly hard to get through as well. These are loaded burgers. I think the easiest one to get through for me was the cheesy one with the mac and cheese because it didn't have any lettuce or tomato, and the mac and cheese was so delicious. The bacon too. Oh man. Yeah, so the easier parts of the challenge were yeah, right here. That Doritos burger, that gave me a second wind. There's something about Doritos, that umami flavor, that probably that MSG that they throw in those Doritos burgers. It just instantly kicked up my appetite again, helped me plow through the rest of this platter. So after tackling the meats, I knew I was going to have to tackle the buns, and the buns really weren't too hard to get down, especially with some water on the side. And you'll probably see in a little bit. Up until this point, I was trying to save the milkshake for the end, but at one point, I decided to take a sip of the milkshake, and the sweetness from the contrast of all of this beef and cheese and bacon, buns. Here we go. Perfect timing. I take that sip. Elixir of the gods. That was instant. Oh, I can't tell you the motivation after taking that sip. I was so ready to down the rest. And the really the sweetness, I realized for tackling the rest of this starch, like the buns and the fries, I actually ordered a Diet Coke just because I wanted something a little more sweet to help it get down. It's funny. It's usually the opposite way. You'll notice in if you have a really sweet challenge like ice cream or pastries, that you might have something like Doritos or some like salty popcorn. You might order a side of fries. That was the famous one on Man versus Food. Adam was taking on this giant kitchen sink sundae and he couldn't get through. But then last minute he ordered a side of fries, and then the savoriness helped him plow through. And here I am on the other side of the spectrum. I got all these fries, all these burgers. I needed something sweet. So I had that milkshake, and I get some soda later on. And also the sweet potato fries, just the fact that it was sweeter. I saved those for the end. That was it was nice having something a little sweet as well. Maybe I just have a crazy insatiable sweet tooth. The things you learn about yourself by forcing yourself to do insane food challenges. So my ranking of the burgers, definitely favorite one, Danny Dorito. Oh my god. That's it was so good. The Doritos and the nacho cheese. Because the nacho cheese, I don't know what's in nacho cheese that makes it perpetually sort of a liquid state. But in terms of all of the other burgers that were cold, the cheese was sort of congealed, or something like the hangover burger, the fried egg and the cheese, it was just sort of like it was all just sort of one piece together by the time I ate it. It wasn't this nice runny egg with gooey cheese. It was a cold brick to get through. So Danny Dorito, oh, peak. Next favorite one, easily the mac and cheese, the cheesy one. After that, I really enjoyed the Dogfather. The texturally eating a hot dog was so easy compared to the beef. It was I was trying to tackle as much meat as I could first, and like the hot dog, the it was so soft I couldn't even consider it in the same class as meat, which is sort of funny. What are they putting in these hot dogs? How are they processing it? Highly processed meat versus real beef. But after that, I mean, I really love the Hangover burger. Having an egg, I'm a big egg fan, so that was a treat. And I think I love the California and the Big Dollar Bill, but you know, the I don't think I'd order them again. But they were delicious. No shade to either. So the aftermath of this challenge, the next day, really didn't feel hungry, and even after the challenge, I didn't feel stuffed. I think after we weighed it, it was about a 7 pound challenge, all the food together, and I know in my own practice at home, my capacity's at least 10 pounds on a rough day. I've gotten up to 12. I might need to work up the gumption, see if I can get up to 15, so I have some more breathing room in these challenges. But 7 pound challenge, really not difficult at all. I had plenty of room. I even ordered a second milkshake at the end. I knew I was going to get some dessert at the end because I saw Dan Kennedy and Molly Schuyler get some cake after theirs. And it's like, I wanted to do that. I want some cake. But after how delicious this milkshake was, when dessert came around, I'm getting a second milkshake. And the second milkshake I got was blueberry. Just real quick, there's the soda I ordered. Yeah, I knew I was gonna rip through that milkshake at the end, and I didn't want to use up all of that milkshake to help me get through the bun. But back to the aftermath of the challenge, you know, the next. I mean, if anyone's curious, like how's your energy level, hunger levels? Hunger level, I really wasn't hungry the next day. I was fine. Energy, I felt really decent. It didn't really affect my sleep too much. Only thing I noticed in the morning, I had this crazy, for some reason my heart rate was it jumped and it was really high for like 20 minutes uncharacteristically out of nowhere, and then it went away. But you know, it didn't stop me from just going to the gym, doing my thing. I may have felt a little tired, maybe just a little thirstier than usual. My bathroom, nothing nothing really crazy. It didn't lock me up or give me the runs. Things are pretty standard fare after this challenge. Only thing just made me itch for my next one. But this is such a fun challenge. And the owner of the diner, sweetest guy. And he was there. His son was working as well. They took care of us and they were super friendly. They even blasted the Rocky music and Eye of the Tiger as we're eating through this to for motivation. Oh, it's they were really cool guys, and every Monday night they close up their diner early so they can go eat at other diners. The most wholesome thing I think I've ever heard in my life. I, if you're ever in Bridgeport, come down, give these guys your support. They earn it and deserve it. The scariest thing about this challenge for me, it definitely took me longer than I anticipated. I had 25 minutes and it's I wanted to do it in under 20 just to feel safe, but spoiler, I ended up going to 22 minutes 20 seconds. And I know that's I know it's not right down to the wire, but like 2 minutes, especially after eating a lot of food, goes by pretty quickly. I know that for me when I'm really stuffed, and even though I only have 2 minutes, sometimes the pace at what you're eating it's really hard. It's like trying to maintain your running speed after you've already run several miles. oh, you're already there. Maybe it's just another 50 meters, but you're really tired at that point. And I know for eating it's different. It's not like you can get a second wind and sprint to the end. I'm very full. There's not much faster you're getting. It's sort of you just gotta keep going and stay with it. So for me, it sort of gave me a glimpse at my own capacity because one of my dream challenges is Bear Smokehouse, the Bear Witch. You have 30 minutes to eat a giant pulled pork sandwich, and it's a scary one. Real competitive eaters, have a hard time eating that one. And I've had so many wins that I was sort of getting cocky and yeah, I can take on this. I can take on that. Oh, I could probably take on the Bear Witch, no problem. But after this one, it made me realize, no, man, this you got some subtle technique to work on, and you need to come up with some game plans if you're going to take on some of these harder challenges. I noticed for me, with even watching myself right now, I was eating and cutting with my right hand and picking up the shake like I just did with my right hand. So that's already, if I put that on my left and I was drinking with my left hand, I could be eating with my right hand, drinking with my left hand, and shaving off, a few seconds here and there, just instead of transferring this. Um, Eating these burgers, when I started, I was taking big bites and I got to get through it. Just want to get it. I want to get through this beef, but then that's going to slow you down. It's if you go with smaller bites and you can just stay fast with them and keep going, that's going to be a lot easier. Just fun things you're learning. And here we are right here. I've just got the final bit of fries to take care of that I'm going to polish off with that shake. Yeah, it's a really fun challenge. I'm looking forward to the next one. I mean, if you're really curious about my Bear Smokehouse, it's one way I know I'm going to practice it. There's a challah breakfast sandwich out on Long Island. It's a similar size because it's an entire loaf of challah bread. And one thing I noticed from the burrito challenge, one of the scariest parts is how do I dismantle this giant burrito? I can't put it all on my face at once. Like, what's the best way to break this apart into a manageable and eatable thing? The ice cream sundae, it's a giant sundae, but you just go one scoop at a time. Scoop it out, spoonful by spoonful. Here, a burger, how do you dissect it? Are you going to eat the meat first? How are you going to eat the buns? You can eat them like a full burger first? And I'm learning I need to cut it up into something smaller. So then, like the Bear Witch, it's on a giant loaf of Italian bread. How are you going to break this up? You can't fit that all in your mouth. So I'm hoping to go out on Long Island, try that breakfast sandwich challenge. Because I've got, I believe, an hour. It's at Bagel Master. If you want to look them up. I know Adam from Beards Meat Food has done it. A few other people. But, oh, thanks, Sean. Another shout out to Sean too. He's the coolest guy. He originally called me out for the Big Dipper challenge, and that was my very first eating challenge. And just getting to meet one of my YouTube heroes and getting to eat alongside him, and he's been super encouraging to me, and he's helping me just try new ones, and I really owe him. And it was so cool to like get to be next to him and see how he does everything. And he's an impressive eater, I gotta say, because it felt like he was just going at a casual pace, and I was working hard to like try to keep up with him. Here we go, final sips, and I got the go ahead. It's all done. I had 22:20. Another one in the books. I am so excited for my next challenge. Thank you guys for following along with this. In the comments, let me know what challenges you want to see me do next. If there's any at home ones. I know I I got some at home challenges I want to cook up at some point. But I love you guys. Thanks for eating with me again, and I'll see you in the next challenge. Have a good one. Bye.